Are you ready to listen to a podcast?
Here comes the Playhouse Podcast, thanks to Bradshaw and Bryan Law Offices.
Find, subscribe, and listen.
Heads up, if you go to any hotel over the next couple of weeks, you may see one of Kat's bras, and it's disgusting. We'll tell you why a little bit later in the podcast. Here we go. Can you help me? Can you help me? Can you help me? Well, I'm interested to see what Bree has to say, because we were privileged to a little bit of information here about her mom and her dad who had passed away, and kind of how this is playing out. If you're in a spot where maybe you've gone through something like this, you might be able to offer some advice with our OPP. It's other people's problems. So let everybody kind of know what we know so far, Bree.
So my dad died about 5 years ago, and I found out from a friend that still lives in the same area that my mom's actually dating now.
Your friend played some telephone and called you and narked on your mom?
Basically, yeah. She texted me the other day, and she said she saw him out on a date with this guy named Ray that she knows from, like, he's just, like, kind of known in the community. Like, he's a good guy. Everybody likes him.
Yeah.
But, like, it's weird that she's, like, going to, like, lunch, dinner, whatever with him, and she's, like, not telling me and my brother.
Okay.
Do you think she thinks you'll react, as in, like, you shouldn't ever be with anyone else again? Because, like, I put myself in this situation, and when my dad passed away, like, there's a little bit of time, but if my mom would have started dating someone else, I would have been like, you don't want to be alone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Honestly, I have no idea. And my brother is, like, really upset about it. Like, he wants to, like, go and, like, kind of, like, confront her or, like, just, like, call her out for it. But, like, I just, like, it's her business. It's her life. If she's not ready to tell us, then that's her thing. Mm-hmm. And I'm just, like, I don't even know what to do.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, wondering if, like, people, like, have had this experience. Like, I just want her to be happy. Because I'd be so happy for her if she, like, had a relationship with somebody.
That's what I was going to say. I'm going to assume that more than one of our listeners has gone through something like this. And I think most people are going to probably agree with you. But let's throw it out there, because there's probably something. What I've realized is the more we do this, there's usually an angle or two that we're missing. So we'll probably just throw you on hold here, and then you'll kind of hear everybody else's thoughts. And, you kind of move on from there.
Oh, my God. Thank you so much. My dad died about 5 years ago, and I found out from a friend that still lives in the same area that my mom's actually dating now.
So we found out mom is maybe dating. Her brother kind of wants to confront her. Like, why is mom not telling her kids that she's dating? And I can't imagine putting myself in this spot, because, the guy you love, their father, had passed away. And what do? You're not trying to replace him, but then again, you don't want to be lonely forever,
but maybe
right?
The mom isn't, like, all in on this guy. Maybe she's just having a good time and doesn't want to introduce him right now to the kids. And I think that's her prerogative. Leslie says that it's been 5 years. Who cares? My stepmom moved on after my dad passed a year later. It's been 5 years in this situation for Bree. I think it's been enough time. And I don't think Bree is against it. It sounds like she just wants her mom to share so she could be happy with her, which is great. And then we have Jackie saying it's none of their business. And Victoria says, kind of a long one, but she says, I might have a semi-similar situation to your caller. My little brother passed away 6 years ago, and he had just gotten married in December and then passed away in April. His wife was pregnant with his first child. When it happened, she didn't even consider dating for a couple of years after he passed. And I could tell that she started dating and didn't want to tell me since I'm so protective over my nephew and her. But, I mean, you just have to, if someone's ready, they'll do it, and you just have to be supportive and happy for them. If they're happy, you should be happy.
I think one of the things you probably don't understand is that if you're in a relationship where that person is your best friend, and that loneliness is probably pretty crippling. And when you get to a point where you're like, I know I'll never replace that person, but if I can find someone else to spend some of my time with, to be able to talk to be able to just kind of be around and have dinner with, then I'm sure we're creatures like that. I mean, humans are built to be around other humans, you know what I mean? So I'm sure the desire to have somebody else in your life, maybe not even necessarily romantically, but just to have something to share life with, or someone to share life with. So I get it. If you've been through something like this, we're going to kind of package all this back up and send it back towards Bree. So if you got some thoughts, you can text us real quick or call.
Last week, someone lost an eye at bingo. Bingo!
Bingo what bingo?
Bingo!
All right, Tara is the first caller through, but we don't know whether or not she is somebody listening
who doesn't buy a gift for her spouse and they don't buy one for her for the holidays. You just don't exchange gifts.
If that's the case, then Kat gets the bingo, or I get the bingo if Tara is someone who has found something life-changing in the health and wellness area of her life. Tara, who gets the bingo?
You know what? I'm going to have to go with Kat on this one.
Right.
Okay. So what's the deal? Why did you guys decide to? Was it a budget situation? Nobody lived up to expectations? What was it?
You know what? I think it's about really just simplifying things.
Okay.
We all kind of buy what we want anyways, and nothing's really a surprise because, you know, you do have expectations and you might get let down. So we do something a little bit different. We don't buy anything, but we go somewhere together and we make it about memories instead of about a purchase.
How about
I might do that next year.
Yep.
I might do that at like a nice dinner and a movie.
Oh, I was thinking more like a resort in Tahiti.
Oh. What do you think I do for a living?
It's about making a memory.
What kind of memories are you going to make this year? What's the plan? Where are you going?
Well, you know, we don't decide that. We just kind of just make a plan to go and do something together, and you know, we don't necessarily have a plan place. I mean, obviously you dream for something a little bit more like exciting, like Hawaii or whatever, but that's not always in the budget. So sometimes it can be just simply getting away, but just saying, hey, we're going to take this time. It's about memories. It's not about money. It's not about, you know, anything else, but it's really about that time with that person and really getting to the core of what this is all about.
When do you decide this then, if you already don't know what's going to happen this year?
Well, I guess, you know, it's usually around Christmas time or, you know, right around that time we'll kind of say, okay, so let's take a look at where are we wanting to go? What's in the budget? What's our time frame look like? And then you can, you know, go from there. But
so while Kat's family is digging into thousands of dollars worth of gifts under the tree and wrapping papers flying around all over the place, and they've forgotten the reason for the season, you guys are sitting there as a family deciding where you're going to go make a memory.
Exactly. Yeah. It really just, you know, and even as far as the kids and family members, we just really will do, you know, this saran wrap game where you've got different layers and you've got a timer and everybody gets a little gift, and just doing things like that, or saying, hey, everybody has to do one thing for somebody else. Put it in an envelope on the tree, and then instead of giving gifts, we all get to share what we did for someone else or a family or a good deed that we did. And we just really make it about that because it's just gotten so overrated. It's kind of sickening, actually. So I just, you know, really want to scale back and just say, you know what, we get one life. Let's live it. Let's do for people. Let's do for each other and make those memories instead of about the pocketbook.
You know, real quick, I have to ask you as a mom, do you ever feel like you fall short, like when it comes to giving your kids stuff? I've never had a massive budget for Liam. I just get like fun things that maybe he'd not ask for. The kid doesn't ask for anything. He does not have a Christmas list.
Because he has everything.
That's what I'm saying. So I never really have a big budget for him. I honestly do like $200, $250. The kid gets everything he wants all year round. So I don't know.
Yeah, and it really is. I always feel that way. You know, I my kids drive better vehicles than I do. Not because they're very thankful, but I put safety first. So, I've always tried to give more than I've had. I grew up in a family of 5 girls. We didn't have a lot, so I'm thankful for what I have. I try to teach my kids that. My kids really don't ask for anything. They're both very driven. They're both very, you know, they're not into material things, and I've always taught them that that's not what's important. So they don't ask for much, so I've never had to have a big budget. And I've never really had one. So when I talk to them, they know that my heart is what, the gift comes from my heart. And it could be $100, it could be $50, but they understand that I gave what I could at that time. And those really are the most memorable gifts. And they also know I don't really like to give gift cards. I like to put thought into it. And that's really, I think, what they're going to take away when I'm not here anymore, is that Mom really always gave us something. She took the time to think about what the gift was instead of saying, here's a $250 gift card.
Nice.
Tara, you have no idea what's going on right now, and nobody else does. But Kat is staring so blankly into her computer screen, just wondering how you became such a better person than she was. Is there any way that you could let us know how that
he's got
happened?
everything wrong during this conversation. The thousands of dollars for Chris. No.
Listen, she's not going to
totally
say
wrong.
it right now, but she doesn't like you at all just because you're such a better
I
mom than
couldn't
she
like
is.
her more. I could not like you more. I think you got your head on straight, girl.
As soon as we hang up and get you your goodies, she's going to go after you.
You need
during
to
this
stop
commercial
starting
break.
girl fights. He loves girl fights. He would
I
want to
wanna
see
see
the
you guys-
world burn by women.
I want to
That's
see you
what he
guys
would
get
love.
along. Tara, I'm
He's
just
disgusting. He's that kind of guy.
See how angry she's getting this morning already?
Look what he does
See how
around
mad
Christmas
she
to
is?
people. I gotta go.
She needs a breath and a cigarette. Hang on a second.
When it comes to a sport that you would think belongs in Fort Lauderdale at like a retirement community is now taking over everybody's
There's a
pastime.
court and there's a net. There's no love, but there's a let. You'll be hooked, and I can bet you will love it. It's pickleball.
So Michelle Pfeiffer, like Catwoman, beautiful, now is like, it's like that game that you play. You know, he's a 10, but he lives with his mom and washes her back in the shower. So then he's a 2. You know what I mean? So does that take
I don't
her
know
down
if
a
this
hot
makes
level?
her less sexy. She's always going to be really, really fly.
I didn't realize how grueling, I guess, pickleball could get, but she just posted a photo of herself on Instagram. She has a huge black eye, and she just said, this is what I get. Stay out of the kitchen. The kitchen is that orange
If you're not used
rectangle.
to getting hit in the eye with balls,
I guess not.
do you think she got hit in the head with a paddle or hit in the eye with a ball?
I don't know. I would think the ball because you're in the kitchen away from your other opponent and you just take it right to the face. Ouch. What is like a really lame way? Because you're always complaining about cricks and creeks. And
It's
like
not.
hurt.
So this was 4, 7, 8 years ago. I laid back with 100-pound dumbbells and dislocated my shoulder. That was stupid.
Yeah.
But when I was an athlete, this was between baseball and football my senior year of high school, right? I had already decided where I was going to go play ball, and football season got done with, and then we would spend the winter in the weight room, most of us guys. Well, we had this really old school, and the weight room was in the basement, and there's all these old pipes that were exposed. So you'd run down the hall, you'd be walking off your set or whatever like that, and I went and I grabbed one of these pipes, and I was swinging on it like a gymnast,
Yeah.
and my hands slipped off, and I, like a cat, flipped over midair.
Sure.
But my hands didn't catch me. My rib cage hit first, and I came down 8 feet onto my ribs, and I cracked 3 ribs.
Oh my God.
And I couldn't breathe, couldn't catch my breath, couldn't breathe.
Yeah.
And I couldn't do like heavy work or lifting for 2 months.
I thought you were
because
going to be diving into a pool.
Well, I did break my neck doing that, right? So that would have been the easy one. This is the one I remember the most because
okay.
it was dumber and not close to death. But yeah, I guess I forgot about the neck break thing.
Yep,
that was easy
just
enough. How about
not
you?
Too long ago.
Dumb ways?
I would say just like walking down. I think it was like a year and a half ago, and I was walking down the stairs, and I had our laundry basket, and I just put my foot down the wrong way, and I twisted my ankle, and it was huge. It was huge. What a dumb way! I could have said I was, a ninja was running
That's
after
what I
me.
would have said. I was trying to save an old
Caught a
person from a
crack
bus
and-
fire or something like that.
Yeah.
So the really dumb way that you got hurt, got a text right away from Sandy.
I tripped and face planted while I was door dashing. Yeah, that'll do it.
Court and there's a net. There's no love, but there's a let. You'll be hooked, and I can bet you will love it. It's pickleball.
So the beautiful, talented Michelle Pfeiffer had posted on her Instagram page. It's a picture of her with a black eye, and apparently she had a pickleball accident.
Yeah, she says, stay out of the kitchen. If you don't know the areas of a pickleball court, the kitchen is right there in the middle. That if somebody has a paddle, they will send it right to your face, evidently. And she had a big black eye. I have a friend, Melissa, who has like a pickleball league and a pickleball court at her house. And they have
She
little
built a
tournaments.
pickleball court at her house.
They're very wealthy. But
Holy crap.
she always asks me, I said, the answer will not be different.
Why won't you ever play?
I just don't want to play
I'll
it.
play
I
for
don't
it. I'll play.
Okay.
Send my number along. I want
No.
to get involved in one of these.
This is
Did
my
they
friend.
did they booze while they do it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Of course. But yeah, we were looking for just the dumb way that you got hurt, and we had 8091 text, and I tripped over my dog and hit my shoulder off my corner of my wall. And then another time I got 3 volleyballs from an opposite court during a tournament right to my face. Oh my God.
You ever do that? So I remember there was a girl I dated for a brief time in college, and she was on the volleyball team. So we would watch, and while they're warming up, there's balls everywhere.
Yes.
I mean, it is. I wasn't ever in a war, but I can only imagine that was like a jungle fight in Vietnam with bullets flying everywhere. You have to
your
have
head on a swivel.
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure.
If you take and you would see somebody accidentally, take one every once in a while, and we would just laugh. It'd be me and my buddies just, half boozed up at this volleyball game, laughing at girls.
You gotta watch out. Risa says, went to light my pumpkins and I fell and cracked my head because I jumped down 1 step. That's dangerous. You never know.
The dumb ways you got hurt. Please share it.
A Canadian news anchor getting praise for shutting down a viewer's rude email. Listen to this.
You can respond to an email that I just got saying congratulations on your pregnancy. If you're going to wear old bus driver pants, you have to expect emails like this.
Wow.
So thanks for that. No, I'm not pregnant. I actually lost my uterus to cancer last year.
Wow.
And this is what women of my age look like. So if it is offensive to you, that is unfortunate.
Wow.
That
was
hell.
an immediate shutdown. Now, I didn't see the video. Could you explain what old bus driver, that's what caught me the best. What do old bus driver pants look like?
The pants are very ugly, I have to just say. But to sit there and write an email and press send and know that you're probably going to hurt someone's feelings is next level. The pants, they're not the best. They were gray, and then they had like a really
so
tight
she had an off
waistband.
fashion day, right? You lose your uterus to cancer, you get one of those every once in a while. I get that. I just love that she just shut it down.
Yeah. So I have a friend that does, not a friend, I graduated with her. Her name is Mackenzie. She does news. She's on the news station in Quincy, Illinois. And somebody sent her just the rudest email the other day about how
who listens to the news?
What?
Who listens and watches the news? Old people who got nothing else to do than bitch about what somebody's wearing.
They don't like her new hair look. They don't like her makeup. They think it's too much makeup. And so she read it.
On the air?
No, on her socials. And then she framed it and put it on her desk.
She's using it for motivation.
Shay.
1, 2, 3, 4, $500 cash for you Tuesday morning at 7:30. It's our Tuesday wordplay. You get 5 words. If you match them up with the first 5 words I think about, you've got $500 cash. Just set an alarm for 7:30 Tuesday morning and label it KCLD. Let's get you back into the podcast now.
What's trending? What's trending?
Trending is one of my favorite movies of all time. When it is on, I will sit down and watch it no matter what I'm doing. Pretty Woman is amazing. And, originally, evidently, it was going to have a very dark ending.
Now that you have me here, what are you going to do with me?
I don't know something. I don't have a clue.
You could pay me. That's one way to maybe break the ice.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I assume cash is acceptable.
Cash works for me, yeah.
So it was supposed to be called 3,000 because that's the amount that he was going to give her for being his woman of the night, right? And then it was going to end with him showing up in a limo, and she was still hooked on drugs, laying in the street by her apartment, and he was going to throw the 3,000 at her and just drive away. And then,
no.
So I think it was Paramount had it, dropped it as a project. Disney picked it up, and Disney's like, we have to zhuzh it up a little bit.
Family it up a little bit.
That would have been one of the worst endings. Is there a movie out there that you just hate the ending every single time you watch? You're just like, why does it end that way? Who's Jake Gyllenhaal? Have you ever seen that really dark movie with him and Amanda Seyfried? No, it is. I'm trying to find what it's called, but it is the worst ending to any movie ever.
Knowing that there's a new Wonka coming out this holiday season, the Johnny Depp Willy Wonka ends dumb for me.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of the way that ends.
Okay.
And when they wrapped up all the Star Wars stuff, I wasn't a fan of the way that ended either. And I was a huge Star Wars geek for a lot of years, but I definitely wasn't into the way it all ended.
Okay. I think Prisoners is the one from Jake Gyllenhaal, and it just ends in such a horrible way. So what is the movie that you watch and you're just like, I can't finish this movie because it's the worst ending ever?
7. Brad Pitt,
7
Morgan
is a
Freeman.
horrible
Oh
one.
my God. I shut it off. when I know the ending's coming. I can't.
Because you know what's in the box.
I can't watch the end.
Yeah.
It wigs me out too much.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
Oh, God, I can't. I don't even want to think about it. That's so horrible.
Oh, my God. And that is what's trending.
The amount of hotels I've stayed in over having, 3 kids and travel sports is stupid. If I added up all the money, it would blow. I could buy 2 new trucks, I'm sure. But when Kat mentioned this, I was like, I've never, ever once used the hotel laundry.
Yeah, I always do laundry on vacation because when we get home, I like to just put it away and just relax. Like, I don't want to come home and do laundry.
I don't
after
mind
a
just
vacation.
throwing our bags in there and then you sort it out over the next couple of days.
It takes but an hour. And while you're in the pool, then you can just go switch it out to the dryer, whatever. So we were drinking down at the pool and I'm like, hey, let's get all the stuff together. And I still had detergent from my Sam's run. So I'm like, hey, I'm just going to go get a little cup of detergent and let's just throw them in. So everybody gave me their jerseys. I threw it into the wash and then I put it in the dryer. And then there was a hockey team that was there because there was a massive hockey tournament in Alexandria too. And so this dad had his kids' stuff in there. And then we were in there at the same time. I switched it out, put my stuff in the dryer. And as I was leaving, he was like, oh, I think you forgot something. There was like an old lady bra that was between the wall and the washer and just the hooks were hanging out. And I was like, that's not mine. And he like grabbed it like this and there was like lint hanging off of it. And it was like old lady bra. Do you know what I'm talking about? Where it's like all mushy in the middle and like no underwire or anything like that. I go, that is not mine. And I don't know. It was weird just to be in there with a grown man doing our laundry together. It was like we were together, but yeah, it's always a really good amenity to use.
I will likely go my entire life and never use the laundry at a facility like that.
Weird.
I've not once on vacation have I ever done laundry, not once at just an overnight hotel.
I don't do it in Mexico because they have those services on hand, but I guess we just don't think of it in Mexico. But like if we're on a family vacation to like Chicago or whatever, I'll just go throw it in.
Aren't you afraid someone's going to steal your stuff?
Nah. They want my underwear, I'd take it.
I think mostly because I had bad experiences in college. In the freshman dorm I stayed in, we had 4 washing machines in the basement, 4 dryers. They were all free, which was amazing. But you could never do your laundry without somebody pulling it out and throwing theirs in. I can't tell you how many times I walked back downstairs and then found a sopping wet mound of my laundry laying on top of the dryer.
Yeah, but nobody took it. It was just there.
Oh, I'm sure somebody took
you
some stuff along the way.
That's a perfect example.
Yeah, I don't. You guys use the laundry at hotels. I feel like this is weird. I would bet 85% of our audience does not use the laundry at hotels.
Another one of the basketball moms is like, "Oh my God, I do that too. We love to just get home and unpack, and that's it."
Was it like coin operated? You had to throw some quarters in it.
It was only $4 to do a whole load.
$4.
Well, that's washing and drying. So $2 to wash, $2 to dry. So
that seems exorbitant.
And our kids smelled good.
And you got a free bra.
There you go. Maybe. Okay. So the boys were upstairs and they were watching something, maybe some football. And I was doing some stuff downstairs. And then we have this like landing where I change out the decor. So if it's like fall, then I'll put fall stuff. So I was putting the Christmas stuff there. I had gnomes. And as I was walking down, I was like, thanks a lot for your, so super sarcastic, thanks a lot for your help, you guys. Really appreciate it. And then I missed a step, went down, skinned my knees. and I can't, even showering today, it was 3 days ago, showering today burns. But I didn't make any noise. I didn't even know it happened until I went upstairs and they were like, what happened to your knees? I just went down and silent.
Good morning, Misty.
Hey, guys. Good morning.
Hi.
I have an instant karma story that made my little bitter self smile today.
All right.
Perfect.
I was driving home downtown, and the street I was on had a bike lane next to it.
Okay.
Well, at the stoplight on that street, if you're turning right, at one point you get a red light before the cars going straight get their red light.
Sure.
And it's because at the right turn red light, it's for the bikes to go straight.
Okay.
So today I'm there, stop at the red light. Oh, not going to lie, only stopped because I saw a constable's car out of the corner of my eye. So I
Constables, I
stopped.
love that.
The truck behind me, flashing its bright, honking at me. well, I'm not going to go because I don't want to get a ticket.
Yep.
So they go around me, yell something out at me, and take their right turn. Then all of a sudden, whoop, the lights go on.
There it is.
Constable pulls him over, gets his ticket. And all of a sudden, I was just like, yeah, serves you right, you asshole. I don't know if y'all can do that. You probably have to bleep it.
Yep.
But
got it.
It was just one of those instant karma moments where it was like, you got what you deserve.
Yep.
So, love you guys. Bye.
Love you.
Who says Constable?
Who does say it? Canadian? Are you from Canada?
I don't know. Is that it?
Or are they Mounties? What are they?
Listen, I've heard it loosely identified that way, but if you got pulled over, could you call a cop that and they would even know what you're talking about?
I don't know. Speaking of bike lanes, do we have those like around?
They're starting to get put in all the time now.
You know who needs to utilize those? Do you know this rollerblader guy?
Yeah. He
You know him?
Yeah, he goes really, I don't personally know him. He's not my friend, but I know
He's
who
a
you're talking
menace.
about.
That is that's menacing behavior.
That guy's just out hauling ass. Let
He
him
is
be.
flying through cars downtown that are trying to not get hit by people that are backing out.
Living his best life.
He's gonna get hurt, seriously hurt, because he is like not responsible.
Well, here's the deal. Even though he's irresponsible, on a scale of cool, he's way up here where you on your recumbent bike are so far down here.
He's wearing a helmet. You would call him a nerd.
I would not call him a nerd. I'd
Yes,
say
he
he's
would.
safe. He's a safe nerd.
I wear a helmet. I'm a nerd.
Well, because
He
the
wears
way
a
you
helmet.
look, he
He's
looks
cool.
cool. He's hawking. I'm not a dirty guy. I really am not. By any means, I'm not a dirty. I think I'm a regular dude when it
You
comes
say
to
some
like
weird stuff, though.
dirty talk and stuff like that. But most guys are much filthier than I am. But if you don't know what the Houdini is, do you? You don't know what the Houdini is?
Act it out.
I can't. No. There's a lot of wonder. I'll
Use your
tell
hands.
you. I'll tell you about it later. Well, Becky, have you heard about the Houdini? Do you know what the Houdini is?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
Now I have to Google it.
No,
My son
no.
uses
Don't
my
Google it now.
phone.
Please don't do it now. What are you doing right now, Becky?
I'm working.
Oh, you're already at work. Okay, cool. Well, let's add $500 to your hourly pay. We're going to kick Kat out of the studio right now. The game is the Monday wordplay. And, oh, my God, everything fell down when you left.
Coffee.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, it landed on my cup. Oh, there's my lip gloss. Okay.
Jesus, you are a mess this morning. You are a literal mess. Get out of the studio. All right, so we kick Kat out. She's going to be out in the hallway. She can't hear anything of what we're doing. Really, all I need you to do at this point is just give me the first word that comes to your mind after I give you the word. We'll have 5 of them, and if you match up all 5 with Kat when she comes back to the studio, then you are $500 richer. All right, she's within fair distance here. The first word that comes to your mind, Becky, when you hear drink.
Alcohol.
Good weekend?
Yeah.
The first word that comes to your mind when you hear the word smile.
Happy.
Okay. I think that would have been mine too. How about the first word that comes to your mind when you hear cow?
Milk.
How about bike? B-I-K-E.
Bike ride.
Right. Perfect. I would have went that one as well. Your last one, Becky. 6, as in the number. 6.
I don't know. Just a number. How about just a number?
Well, she's gonna be instructed to give us a word. So, what's the word that comes to your mind when you hear 6?
6-pack.
Yeah, that's exactly where I would have went with that. All right, we're good. All right, we're gonna bring Kat back into the studio. I'm gonna hide your answers real quick. We're gonna see if she can dial this in again for a straight up $500 payout. All right, Kat.
Okay.
I'll give you a little bit of a hint. We knew Becky had an amazing weekend.
Okay.
So if that helps you dial in these answers, let's go for it. Your very first word. Again, if you match all 5 with what Becky said, she is $500 richer.
Okay.
Come on, Kat.
Drink.
Hangover. What?
Right away, it was alcohol.
Oh.
Let's see if she would have got any of the other ones, Becky. Smile.
Teeth.
Cow.
Milk.
Bike.
Recumbent.
And 6.
7.
1 for 5, Becky. So the good news is you don't think a lot like Kat. The bad news is I can't give you $500 today. I'm really, really sorry.
The Playhouse Podcast is made possible thanks to Bradshaw and Bryan Law Offices. Catch the live show weekdays from 5:30 to 9 on 104.7 KCLD. Now, share this with a friend.